Greetings, St. Bart's family, and welcome back to Worship and Wonder at Home. It's the 6th Sunday in Easter, and we're going to change things up a little bit. Moving forward, we will begin our time with a brief introduction, then we'll move on to take a look at the church calendar, and then I'll end with our story. I will continue to provide you with the Worship and Wonder schedule, which will be linked above this video. That way, as a family, you can take a look and decide what will work best for you for your family worship time at home. So let's get started. The first thing I wanted to show you is this. A couple Sundays ago, I mentioned that I had planted some pumpkin seeds. I planted pumpkin, I planted squash, some flowers, and a lot of things came up. But one thing that didn't come up was the pumpkin seed. And I love pumpkins, and I was disappointed. So I tried again. And I soaked my seeds this time, and still only one sprouted. But I'll take it. I'm excited that this one pushed through the dirt, and I'm excited to see if I can grow some pumpkins this year. Now, last year I had difficulty because a certain pest called the squash vine borer came to my vines and destroyed them. So I've got to do a little bit of research and figure out a way to protect my pumpkin plant from the squash vine borer. So, we've been looking at things to help us celebrate Easter. And we looked at the life cycle of a butterfly, and now we're looking at the mystery of a seed and really what it takes to grow things. So, I wonder what God could help me see through this pumpkin seedling. Wonder what things I might learn about life with God, about trusting God. So I'm gonna keep observing my plant, and I'm gonna keep praying and asking God to be with me in this process. And I hope you'll do the same with whatever you're growing at home. So let's take a look at our calendar. We are in the season of Easter. Let's count and see how many weeks we have been in the season of Easter. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right. I told you this is the 6th Sunday in Easter. Next Sunday is the last Sunday. But that doesn't mean that we stop celebrating Easter. Really, every Sunday is an opportunity to celebrate and remember when Jesus died, that God made him alive again. He resurrected from the dead. So next week is the last Sunday of this season, and it's also the Sunday that we celebrate the ascension of Jesus. And we'll talk about that next Sunday. Now this Sunday, we've been wondering about, and I think you probably know what it is. It's the Sunday that we celebrate Pentecost. Now, the color, as you can see, is red. Color of passion, of power, of fire. And there's also a bird, and I bet you could guess what the bird was. Maybe I told you last week, I'm not sure, but it's a dove. Yeah, I think I did. It's a dove, and the dove represents the Holy Spirit. And Pentecost is the day when God made the church. And here is a book that I highly recommend. It's called The Day When God Made Church, a child's first book about Pentecost. The author is Rebecca McLeod Hutto, and it's illustrated by Stephanie Haig. This is a great resource to have to celebrate that Sunday. And we will have a special lesson and a special story on that Sunday. All right, I'm gonna go, and I'll be back with the story in just a few minutes. Well, it looks like we may have another parable this week. Parables are precious like gold. And this box is gold. This box also reminds me of a present. And you know, parables are like presents. We can't buy them or steal them or take them because they already belong to us. They're already ours. God has given them to us. Now there's one more thing about this box that makes me think that it might be a parable. It has a lid. And sometimes parables seem as if they have lids on them. They're difficult to get inside of sometimes. But if you can lift the lid and get inside, you will find something very precious. So, let's open this up and see what parable is inside. Now, I wonder what this could be. It is a very earthy brown. Maybe it's a dirt road. No, there's more. Perhaps it is a field. Let's see, I wonder. Once, there was someone who said such amazing things and did such wonderful things that people began to follow him. And one day, he told them this parable. A sower went out to sow. And as the sower went along sowing seeds, some fell on the path. The birds came and ate them. Some of the seeds fell on the rocks. Now, the little plants, the little seeds, began to grow. But they couldn't get their roots down deep enough in the earth. The sun came, and all the little plants died. Some of the seeds fell among the thorns. And when the little seeds began to put their roots down, the thorns choked them. Now, other seeds fell on the good soil. And when these little seeds put their roots down, they went very deep. And the plants grew and they grew and they grew. And at harvest time, they brought forth much grain. Some 30, some 60, and some 100 bushels. Now, I wonder what God might be saying in this story. And I'm going to let you go now and have your wondering time as a family. Know that there's a list of wondering questions on the Worship and Wonder schedule that you can use to guide you through this time. And beloved of God, I pray that you have a good week. I pray that you know that you are loved and that you are being cared for and your life is being tended by the good shepherd, the good sower, the good gardener. Be well, and we'll see you back here next Sunday.